My wife let her ex move in just as a friend while I was deployed. I came home early to find them cuddled up with wine and a movie. I told them both to get out that night, divorced her, and never looked back. Hello Reddit I+ here. I was deployed overseas for a 9-month rotation. Nothing unusual for someone in my position, but this one felt harder. My wife, Kelsey, had been distant before I left. Subtle things. Delayed replies to texts, less enthusiasm when we FaceTimed, a kind of mechanical "I love you" at the end of every call, but I chalked it up to stress. We'd been married almost 4 years, and relationships change. I just figured we were going through a quiet patch. About a month before I was scheduled to return, I got word that I'd be coming home early. No fanfare, just a shift in priorities. I didn't tell Kelsey. I figured I'd surprise her. Thought it would be a romantic gesture, me showing up with flowers, maybe a small gift, and that quiet smile of hers when she saw me again. I imagined her throwing her arms around me, burying her face in my chest like she used to. Instead, I walked into my own house and felt like an intruder. It was dark except for the flicker of a TV screen and the soft glow of string lights in the living room. Music, some soft indie garbage Kelsey always loved, played from a speaker. 2 glasses of wine sat on the coffee table, half full. One of them had lipstick on the rim. I heard laughter. Not just hers, a man's. I stepped further in, quietly, unsure if I was about to be mugged by reality or paranoia. And there they were, on the couch. Kelsey and her ex, Daniel, cuddled up like a scene from some twisted Hallmark movie. Her head was resting on his shoulder, his arm draped around her waist. They weren't kissing. Not yet, but you don't need a kiss to know when something's been broken. I cleared my throat. They both froze. Kelsey looked like she'd seen a ghost. Daniel looked mildly inconvenienced, like I'd walked into the wrong theater. "What the hell are you doing here?" she asked, voice barely above a whisper. "I live here," I said flatly. Or at least I did. Mind telling me why he does too? She fumbled for words. "It's not what it looks like." I laughed, hard. "You always said that line was bullshit when you heard it in movies." She looked cornered, embarrassed, but not exactly sorry. "Daniel needed a place to stay," she said, "just as a friend. He had a rough breakup and nowhere else to go." "And the cuddling?" I asked. "The wine? The mood lighting?" Silence. I didn't shout. I didn't throw things. I just told them both to get out. Daniel had the decency to grab his shoes and leave without protest. Kelsey tried to stop me from packing my bag that night. "We can talk about this," she said. "You've been gone. You don't understand." "You're right," I said. "I don't. But I do understand one thing. You let someone else take my place before I even left the damn time zone." I filed for divorce the next week. She didn't contest it. She didn't even fight for anything. It was like she'd already made peace with losing me long before I came home. But that's not the end. Not really. A few weeks after the divorce was finalized, I ran into her sister Mariah at the grocery store. She gave me this strange, almost pitying look. "You didn't deserve that," she said. "If it helps, it started before you deployed. The first time I saw them together was at Mom's birthday party, 2 months before you left. He showed up with her, said it was a coincidence. But they were always finding ways to be alone. That crushed whatever was left. So it wasn't loneliness. It wasn't a moment of weakness. It was a choice. A series of choices. Calculated. Cowardly. Cruel. She'd let me leave thinking we were still us, while she was already rebuilding a life with someone else. Someone she swore she was done with. I didn't go home that night crying or broken. I went home clean. Empty, but clean. Because once you've been lied to like that, gaslit into thinking your instincts were just paranoia, there's a strange kind of relief in the truth, even when it hurts. I never looked back. And I never will. It's been a year now. A full rotation of holidays, seasons, missed anniversaries. Enough time that most people think I should be over it by now. Moved on. Healed. Whatever that even means. Truth is, I did move on, but not in the clean Hollywood sense. There's no montage of me smiling with friends, working out, dating someone new in soft lighting. It's grittier than that, lonelier. Some nights, I still wake up reaching for a ghost on the other side of the bed, but I don't miss her. I miss the version of her that I thought existed, the version I was loyal to, the one I defended to my friends when they raised their eyebrows about how close she stayed with her ex, the one I dreamed about on cold nights overseas when I counted the weeks until I'd see her again. That person never existed. After the divorce, I went through the motions, changed my address, got rid of the shared Netflix account, returned the spare key to her parents' house. I didn't want anything that tied me to the lie we lived in together. Kelsey tried to reach out once. She sent an email. It wasn't an apology, not really. It was more of a justification. She said I was emotionally unavailable while I was away. That, I shut her out. As if deployment was some luxury retreat, I booked without consulting her. She ended the email with, "I never meant to hurt you. I just got lost." I didn't reply. What do you even say to that? When someone burns your house down and leaves a post-it note that says, "My bad," but life has a way of answering for you. A mutual friend told me that she and Daniel didn't last. Turns out, shared nostalgia isn't a strong enough glue to patch over betrayal. They tried to make it work for a few months, but then it fell apart. Ugly. Accusations. Cheating. Irony. Apparently, she caught him texting his ex. The full circle moment. I won't lie. When I heard that, I laughed. Not out of spite, just exhaustion. Like, of course. Kelsey reached out one more time after that. Another message. Longer this time. She said she realized too late what she'd thrown away. That she missed me. That she didn't recognize herself anymore. She said Daniel made her feel important when she was insecure about my absence. That she didn't know how to be alone. That she wished she'd handled everything differently. She even asked if I'd be willing to meet for coffee. Just to talk. Just closure. I stared at that message for a long time. My thumb hovered over the reply icon. I thought about how easy it would be to say yes. To meet her. To get some grand monologue. Some redemption arc. But then I realized something. Closure isn't something someone gives you. It's something you decide you don't need anymore. So I deleted the message, blocked the email, and that was it. I got my closure the moment I walked through that door, saw what was left of my marriage curled up on a couch with wine and betrayal, and didn't yell, didn't plead, just walked away. And here's the real twist. I'm okay. I go to therapy. I run in the mornings. I picked up woodworking again, something I hadn't done since high school. I even started dating. Not seriously, but honestly. With no masks, no pretenses. Just me. And I found out something pretty wild. When you lose everything you thought you needed, you make space for what you actually deserve. And if there's anyone out there sitting in their car, staring at the wall at 2 a.m., wondering if they're crazy for feeling the shift in their relationship, you're not. Trust your gut. The truth always comes out. Sometimes in whispered apologies, sometimes in the flicker of string lights and a glass of wine that wasn't meant for you. But it comes. And when it does, don't beg for clarity. Just walk out the door you came in through, with your head up, and don't look back.